Every single thing in life is a calculated risk. Everything we do, I would argue, every thought we have, but certainly the things we act out on. That's why access to wisdom helps us improve our aim. It gets us closer to our goals. There's no perfect, there's no uh, getting things right every time. There's just an acceptance that we're all attempting to achieve some success in our lives, relationally, emotionally, intellectually, socially, in every area. We're looking for some success. So remember, when you have access to a 12-step program, you've got access to other people's experiences. They're willing to share their failures and their strengths, and that's wisdom. So make sure that you're willing to access wisdom when we try to solve our problems in isolation. We rarely get anywhere, or it's at a snail's pace. One of the things I've realized is that's why counseling is such a slow, arduous, and often ineffective process. I mean, you can have a counselor who really doesn't know what they're doing. Um, but in a 12-step program, you see other people go, oh, that's me. That's how I think. That's what I do. You get to take a look at yourself, and you get to take a look at how the strategies you use, the mistakes you make over and over again, the wrong assumptions, most of all, the attitudes that you have and how you act out on those attitudes, and how that's often the core problem. So here we go, March 10th. Part of my recovery has involved reversing some old ways of thinking. It had been my habit to avoid painful feelings and situations, to play it safe and keep away from risk. But life involves one risk after another, and some pain is unavoidable. Al-Anon helps me accept what is. Instead of running away, I am learning to look at the source of my distress. As a result, I find that pain passes much more quickly, and what I gain is freedom from fear. Al-Anon gives me tools such as the 4-step inventory, with which I can take an honest look at myself and my situation, a supportive sponsor, my higher power, the serenity, and many Al-Anon meetings help me find the courage to deal with fear, pain, and risk. When I avoid taking risks, fear was always with me, just over my shoulder. Now I go through it and come out the other side, often unscathed. I no longer have to keep a constant watch for potential dangers. Instead, I can occupy myself with living. Today's reminder, wonderful things can happen today because I welcome the thrill of participating in my own life. And the quote is, avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. That's by Helen Keller. So this presents one perspective. I myself am pretty much of a risk taker, so um, but gosh, it just reminded me. My father insisted that I not live a life of fear. My mom was a nervous Nelly, afraid of her own shadow, hiding in the house, and just very, very narrow range of options in life. So I think I was raised by someone who said, no, fear is not, if you're afraid of, so whatever you're afraid of, you got to face that thing. Because fear can create a prison, and you don't want to be in prison. And yeah, anyway, I don't know if that's helpful, but I hope you have a blessed day, and consider walking in wisdom with others rather than going it alone. Blessings.